Let's get started. Good morning, first of all. Let's get that out the way. Let's get all the preliminaries out the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see some people already in the room. I want to knock this out real quick. I don't know how short or how long this is going to be, but I wanted to speak on this or whatever because I think that it's appropriate and I think that it's in a timely fashion. I want to ask Kwame Brown, Tommy Sotomayor, and Mr. Skinny a question. Do you feel like your message is getting lost in translation? Like whatever it is that you're online to do, whatever it is that you're promoting, do you feel like, the message that you're promoting or the things that you're doing is getting lost in translation? And the reason why I say that is because, good morning, B-Jack. The reason why I say that is because I was on another content creators page and I was talking about the foster care system. And though everything that I was talking, is definitely something very passionate to me, something that I talk about on my channel and other channels or whatever, I noticed that something happened to me yesterday that I noticed something that also happens in other people's comment section. And I was wondering, do you guys feel the same way about what I'm about to say? I feel like no matter what your message is, your comment section almost defines the content creator. Your comment section almost defines the content creator. It depending on what it is that you're, you know what? It doesn't even matter what you promote. It matters what your comment section promotes. So here I am talking about the foster care system and how I sit down with children, and a lot of times children, especially at the teenage age level or whatever, a lot of those guys and girls, they don't get to go to people's foster home. They don't get to go to homes because a lot of times when you're at a certain age, people just don't want those problems. They feel like, okay, if you're over the age of 11 and 12, they don't want to have to deal with those type of kids, because a lot of times those kids have developed bad habits. They've been through too much trauma, so they like to get babies or really young people that they can really hone in on and develop. Salute. I hear you. Just rock out. Listen to me for a minute. Listen to me for a minute. So they don't want to get older foster care kids. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those kids, they go to group homes. They go to places where, they either have to phase out the system. And what I mean by phasing out the system means they end up, they end up going to the military. They end up going to Job Corps, which is to learn a trade, or they end up going to community college, or they just want to be free of the foster care system because they've been in the foster care system for so damn long. So I was noticing as I was talking about this situation, it was people in the comment section was like, hey, ToughLove should talk more about the foster care system. And I was like, where you been at? You know what I'm saying? These are topics that we definitely bring up here, on the ToughLove channel. But it was like, this should be your main topic. And this is, since you're so passionate about it, this is what you should talk about all the time. And I wanted to ask you guys, because I see in a lot of you guys' comments, and to be honest with you, I see the direction that each one of you have kind of laid out from time to time. Whether it's, and I'm not talking about I really don't give a damn about the beef. I don't care about the beef. I'm talking about, I've seen the direction that a lot of people have tried to say, hey, this is what I want to bring to the table. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I'm passionate about. Yes, I have been in a foster home. But we'll get to that. But To me, I feel like your comment section can make or break your message. The people in your comments, the people that you, because it's almost like the people that you are not only align with, but the people that you allow around you. Because what I'm noticing is everybody that's in your comment section, they're not there for the message. They're there for the drama. They're there to promote something that you're not saying. They're there to pull in another name. They're there to increase the beef. They're there to intensify whatever it is that you're talking about. And I'll be like, I wonder, do they look at this from the same level? I wonder, do they say, yo, hey, today I don't want to beef. I don't want to talk about no nonsense. I don't want to talk about no chaos or whatever. I just want to deliver this message. Hell, I want to talk about economics. I want to talk about Russia and Ukraine. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about investing, and I wonder, do you ever look at the comments and it's like, well, because this was in my comment section, I now have to address it. No, not at all, not at all, not at all. 100% true, not at all. You know what I'm saying? I want to do your comment section control your narrative, control what it is that you promote. Because I sat back and I said, I just been sitting back, kind of chilling and kind of looking at certain things or whatever. And I said, I wonder, do their comment section control what it is that they promote? Because there's a lot of people that won't let you just talk about what it is you want to talk about, or stay on task or whatever. It's like, well, let me bring this person name up. Let me say this about this particular person. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And this is just me just looking from the outside. When I talked about the foster care system, and I realized a lot of people who haven't been in the foster care system, who haven't been in juvenile detention centers or whatever case may be, they really wouldn't know this, type of stuff or whatever. And I realized that, and I realized it takes probably a knowledge of something to speak on something. So I kind of feel like, at what point on what time do we get to the solutions? Like, I talk to people on a daily basis, and it's like, I really want to see, people prosper. I want to see men prosper. I want to see women prosper. I want to see communities prosper or whatever. And from time to time, you gentlemen talk about the prospering of men, the prospering of women, the prospering of communities or whatever. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think your comment section promotes your message. I don't think the people in your comment section promote that. Like, I only see people nowadays. It's like, if you're not talking about doing something negative, people won't support it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you literally talking about one topic. You talking about astronauts in space, and people are like, did you hear what such and such said? And it's like, I wonder, does this throw them off? I wonder, does this, make them lose focus? I wonder, is their message being lost in translation? "100% True" says, you can control your comment section by blocking. Yeah, you know what? It's so crazy about, I know somebody said, hey, you can't control your comment section. But what I'm saying is, I wonder, does it drive the person? Does it drive the content creator? Like, is it more important to them to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is something that now I need to, detour and address? 100% True say, yeah, it does. Salute public figure killer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rock out with me, man. I just left the gym or whatever case may be. Like I said, I was kind of thinking about this or whatever, and I wanted to address the Soto Nation, we the people, and I also wanted to address the skinny gang real quick. But I want to ask, when do we get to the solutions? At what point in time do we get to the solutions or whatever? I'm not addressing beef. I'm not addressing about who wrong, who right, who in the middle. It doesn't really matter to me. I wanted to find out, do these gentlemen, the leaders of these particular groups, right, do they feel like their message is getting lost in translation? Do you feel like the people in your comment section is doing more to promote beef, more to promote chaos, more to promote drama, or is it just the content creator's fault? But I sat back and I looked at this one particular content creator. I sat down, I said, you know what, let me sit down and talk to this person, what I'm saying, kind of break bread with them or whatever. And I went back and I read the comment section or whatever. And I was talking about the foster care system. And it was like people in the comments, it's like, I'm talking about the foster care system and I'm passionate. Of course I'm passionate about it because, these are children that again, these are teenagers that people don't want to have them in their home. You know what I'm saying? There are Christmases where people literally have to dress up in costumes, you know what I'm saying, and go inside these establishments and say, hey, I'm bringing you guys Christmas. You're going to get 1 or 2 gifts. You got rappers, you got all of these rich people. They spending money on Bugattis and Lamborghinis and private jets or whatever. When's the last time you heard Beyonce or Jay-Z or Kanye West talk about the foster care system? Let's be real. Let's be real. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. I'm gonna get to the chat. When's the last time you heard it? And I feel like we all know about things that are near and dear to our hearts. And I'm asking a serious question right now, and I'm hoping that you guys understand where I'm coming from. Do we feel as content creators our message gets lost in transition? Do we feel like, hey, listen, I know that I'm coming with good intentions. I know that I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. I know that I'm probably either going to talk about something that's popular or not popular. But at the end of the day, I'm bringing awareness to this topic, whether it's the foster care system, whether it's credit, whether it's self-love, whether it's love languages, whether it's investment, whether it's child support, whatever it is that I decide to talk about. Do you feel like your message goes deaf on your comment section? See, right now I can sit here and I could be like, well, let me go at the Soto Nation, let me go at We the People, let me go at the Skinny Gang, or I can ask the question to the leaders of these particular establishments and say, do you feel like your message is getting lost in translation? I do believe that there are people who wake up on a constant basis and all they're interested in is constantly keeping up nonsense. These are people that are not productive in the communities. These are people that are not good mothers, not good fathers, not productive citizens, not good adults. And they wake up every day and they hide their face and they go on into these comments and they say the most heinous things. Well, let me ask you guys something. Who's promoting solutions? Good morning. Good morning. Who's promoting solutions? A lot of times, I sit back and I kind of see certain things or whatever, and I feel like everybody's addressing problems with zero solutions. Everybody's addressing the problem with zero solutions. There's always a however comma or a but that goes with it, like, yeah, but, or however comma. And it's like, man, when do we get to the point where our message is clear, our message is precise, our message is calculated, and it brings people together to build for a actual reason? And it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, we do more to build against one another and actually build with one another. Somebody said, ToughLove, you over here talking about foster care system. That's what you should be doing on your channel. And I started scratching my head like, where you been at? I've been talking about the foster care system. I've been talking about child support and the weaponization of child support and love languages and co-parents. I've been talking. Where you been at? Why you so late? But then I noticed something that was very, very, that stood out for me. I said, it's interesting what the comment section does. The comment, I say your content is your character, but is your comment section who you are and who you represent? That's my question to Tommy Sotomayor, to Kwame Brown, to Mr. Skinny TV. Do you feel like your comment section represents your message? Do you feel like these people represent you? Are these people acting on your behalf? Are these people speaking on your behalf? Now, I heard some people say, ain't nobody speaking for me. Let me give me some water. Let me give you some water. Ain't nobody speaking for me. Red Sun, stay tuned. This is not about changing anybody's message. Come on now. It's too early for that. Terrence, salute. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let me run this thing down real quick. 100% true, salute. Red Sun, salute. Terrence, salute. Public figure, salute. USN retired, salute. Refuse to lose, salute. B Jack, salute. Nick, salute. I think a lot of times, anytime you have a conversation like this, and this is why I said your comment section. You see what I'm saying? And it all depends on where you come in at or whatever case to be. If you come into a situation and the first thing, like you hear a sentence and you listen to reply, and I think a lot of times, the people in our comment sections, they listen to reply. They don't listen to comprehend, they listen to reply. Now, if you rewind this and you start from the beginning, I've only been doing this for 16, 17 minutes or whatever. Nothing has been said that's crazy or off the wall where anybody could take it as, craziness. And I'm asking content creators, Red Sun, if you just coming in, I'm asking content creators, do you feel like your message is getting lost in translation? There's a lot of people, when I sit back and I listen to them, they have great points. But do it fall on deaf ears? Because I see a lot of people that would rather promote in the comment section nonsense, and it's totally going against the message. You can get on here and talk about how we should take care of puppies and cats and animals, and then somebody be like, yeah, but what about what that other content creator said about you? Stay with me. I appreciate that. Come on, Red Sun. Come on back here now. Don't run. Stay with me. Do you feel like your message is falling on deaf ears? And I see a lot of times where, people try to promote solutions. These men, these women, these content creators, these media, small media outlets, they try to promote solutions. Do it fall on deaf ears? It's like, why is the nonsense what needs to be promoted, not solutions? Why is the content of something that's going to bring people together not being promoted? But it's the things that's going to tear us apart. Red Sun says, I'm here. Don't call my name. But really, I'm just really asking these questions, man, because I really want to know. I feel like the people in your comment section, do they define you? Do they define your channel? You know what I'm saying? Do they promote, who you are? Do they represent who you are? They say you attract the people that you are. Well, the question is now, who are you? What do you represent? What do you promote? What do you stand for? What are your principles? What are your morals? And at the end of the day, I see a lot of things in regards to, there are some men and women that actually are promoting solutions. They actually have content where, you can sit down and not, you ever feel like you listen to something and it's so draining. It's like, what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of things that empower you. There are not a lot of things that will tell you, hey, to keep going and to stay motivated. It's just like, wow, it's like, what the hell did I just watch? What the hell did I just watch? But I was listening to this one content creator, and she was talking about, her struggles being a single mom, and it was like, I'm a single mom of 3, and these are my struggles or whatever. And pretty decent channel, whatever, for the most part. But this particular episode was really about, what the hell was the name of that damn channel? Well, this particular episode was about her saying like her day. How she wakes up and how she gets them ready for school, and how she goes and does her 9 to 5 and then come back and do, and it was people in the comment section that was so rude and so disrespectful. And I was like, I wonder, does her message get lost in translation? Because what I got from it was, don't be discouraged because you're a single mother. She wasn't blaming men. She wasn't talking about child support. She wasn't complaining about her life. She was just saying, this is my life. This is what I have to deal with. And this is how I manage it. And it was people in the comment section that were just so disrespectful, so rude. They wanted to talk about, oh, well, you had all those kids and you ain't got no man. And it was just like, and I wonder, do other content creators feel like that? Do you feel like when you're saying something, it gets lost in translation? It's like, why would you even think that? Why would you think that it's something negative? Why would you promote it to be something negative? Red Sun says that's why people turn comments off to have a positive message so that they don't have to see it. You know what, Red Sun? I think that everybody's comments are important. But I'm asking other content creators right now, and I just happen to pick these three guys. And of course it's intentional. But I'm asking this question where, do you feel like your comment sections distract you from whatever it is that you're trying to promote? Sometimes you can continuously be involved in something based on the people in your comments. Like, you haven't noticed that there's a lot of content creators now putting up the comment section. They're promoting the comment section. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like, does the comment section represent who you are? What it is that you're trying to say? Because we all talk about solutions, right? 45, thank you very much. We all talk about solutions all the time. We know about fathers not being in the home, right? We know about schools needing more support. We know about people needing a co-parent. We know about we know about all of these things, racism and systematic racism and black on black. Like, we know about all of these things, and sometimes from time to time I see content creators address these things, and it's no amplification of that message. It's no promotion of that message. It's like, whatever you say out your mouth as a content creator, in the comment section, it's a whole nother world. Like, the comment section itself is a whole nother world. Like, if you break down the content creator and what they actually say versus what's actually going on in the comment section, I'm asking is, does it mirror? Does it match? Or do you have people in your comment section saying, yeah, I agree with that, they're a part of the conversation? I've had people since I've been live for the last 20 something minutes, like, well, who are you talking about? Oh, is this a sneak diss? And it's like, bruh, at what point in time did you come in here? Like, they're listening to reply. And I'm gonna be honest with you, can we be successful with people just listening to reply? Can we be successful with people who have not healed in their life, who don't understand their life, who don't have a purpose? Like, when you wake up, do you have a purpose in life? Like, yesterday I talked about 24 hours. 24 hours. I was at a veterans hospital, and I was sitting down with a group of veterans, or whatever case may be, and a gentleman was telling a story. It's like, are you proud of what you've done in the last 24 hours? If you were to be judged in the last 24 hours based on what you've done, would you be successful? Would you be considered a good person? Would you be considered rational? Would you be considered, you know what I'm saying, a blessing to the people around you, or whatever? And I kind of was rushing through it because I had an appointment. Let me be honest with you guys. I'm gonna get to the comments just 1 second, right? I was rushing through it because I had an appointment. But the fact of the matter is, and hopefully it was short and sweet to the point, but I mean, are we doing the things that really promote anything? Are we doing the things that promote solutions? You know what I'm saying? We all know the problems. If you sit back, I'm telling you right now, if you sit back and listen to these content creators, everybody says the same thing in a different way. Let me drink my water. Everybody says the same thing in a different way. Some people are articulate. Some people say it, you know, where it's funny. Some people say it through drama. Some people say it through nonsense. But everybody, at the end of the day, they understand what the problems are. But the issue is, it's almost like, well, I am not woman or man enough to be like, well, let's start with me. I had to reassess myself. It's like, well, how do I get this, you know, this message out here without, you know, people feeling, because everybody's not used to that straightforward, blunt conversation. So I said, well, how do I rearrange and redirect? I'm listening to other YouTubers, younger, that's saying, you know, where are the examples at? So I said, well, let me redevelop and repackage my message and try to, you know, place it on this particular block over here. But I'm asking myself, is like, are you only as good as your comment section as a content creator? What do you guys think? You know, should the comment section of a content creator matter? What happens when you have a conversation? Let's say I have a conversation one-on-one with somebody. What happens when you turn off your super chats and you turn off the comment section? What happens next? Are you forced to have the conversation with you know what I'm saying? Or is something positive going to come from it? Or do you feel like the comment section is what helps control the conversation? Hopefully my phone ain't getting hot. Let me change this up real quick. Turn that down. Turn that down. Red Sun says, some like drama. I'm sure 60% of the comments have 9 to 5s, but they're here for the drama because they can turn it off. But there are some take away too far for a reason. You know what, you guys, I'm really curious about what some content creators are going to say. Do you feel like your comment section promotes your message? Or do you feel like your message gets lost in translation? It's almost like that. You guys ever played that game in school or at camp or whatever, where you get people in a circle and like you start the message off, and by the time it get all the way around, the message has changed? And I feel like a lot of times that's what happens here on social media. You send a message, and by the time it gets back to you or it gets to another platform, it's changed. And I realize that there's a lot of people who they only for the nonsense and they only for the and I get it, I understand. But I'm really talking to the content creators right now. Do you feel like your message is being transformed? Do you feel like your message is being flip-flopped around or whatever? Because there's a lot of people who talk about a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of content creators that talk about a lot of good stuff, but it's like if you let the comment section tell the story, it's always negative. If you let the comment section tell the story, it's always against someone else. If you let the comment section tell a story, it's always about the gossip and the drama and the nonsense. So it's like, man, and to me, that's not the message I get from the content creator. I got a genuine message. I got a genuine concern. I got a genuine solution. But for some reason, the solution ain't being promoted. You guys ever sit back and say, well, damn, how did you get that particular, how did you take away that? Like, you got to be a different type of person to take away that. It's interesting. It's interesting. Good morning. Let me look at the comment section real quick. Rachel says, because a lot of times people just say things just to get a reaction. You're right. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I see a lot of people who sit back and they really analyze things and they really break down, like, yo, these are the situations that are really affecting our communities, affecting men, affecting women, and they break it down with such rationale. And I'm gonna be honest with you, to me it's the people in the comment section. They do more to push another narrative than actually just promoting what's being said. If you say that men should respect women, right? The comment section would be like, not all women. And hold on, if you say that women should respect men, not all men, like you send out a message that's general. You send out a message that's positive. You send out a message that should be promoted for all. And the comment section trims it up, dices it, adds the narrative and twists it up and promotes a different message. You know, you say all women should be respected. Well, not these type of women, not those type of men, not this type of community. So I'm just asking the content creators, do you guys feel like, you know, your message is getting lost in translation? No matter how big your platform or how small your platform is. You know, somebody suggested about the turning off of the comment section or whatever, you know, and it's like, well, that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. Big Set Trip says, none of these monetized channels will help anyone do anything in real life. How many super chats have we seen, and none of these guys will help, not even their fans, while they call people like C-Mac Pookie. You know what's so interesting? I'm drinking my water, y'all. I apologize. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. It's Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I just really wanted to take the time and kind of slow walk this conversation. So pardon me if it seems a little bit slower than usual. You know what I'm saying? I got the energy for it, but I just, I know that, anytime you put certain names in the titles and, you know how people look for the most negative things they can find. So I really want to just slow walk this real quick or whatever. But I do feel like, a lot of content creators, a lot of their messages get lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? It's not the direct conversation that you think. You think that you're putting out something that people can take away, that maybe become an asset to their lives. But a lot of times, people only see things one way. They only need to see things one way. And I hear what you're saying, Big Set Trip. Do monetized channels think differently? I mean, that's really what the question is. Do people that have monetized channels think differently? You know what's so crazy is, it really bothers me when you talk about Black YouTube or this sector and that sector. I even hate people who think like that. You know what I'm saying? And when I shouldn't say hate, concern. I have a concern for people who think like that. Like, who wants to be defined in one particular sector? That's like going to the grocery store saying you only can shop on aisle 4, 5, and 6. The whole store is available, but this is where you need to stay and belong. It's like, man, don't put me in a box. You know what I'm saying? This is so much bigger. This conversation, this message is so much bigger because there are a lot of monetized channels and they don't talk about other content creators. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think their comment section promotes such a distraction or disdain for others. Like, I've sat back and I've just, you ever get lost in the comment section and you don't even listen to the content creator? You just read the comments, and it's so many. You got to think about the people. Let's talk about this. Think about the people in your comment section. You ever heard somebody say, "Hey, I'm just here to read the comments"? I don't even know what that person was talking about. Yo, you had a bad day? Oh, whatever. I was reading the comments. And the people in the comments, you got people from every walk of life. Good credit, bad credit. Fat, tall, skinny, blue, black, green, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got all of these people from all these different walks of life. You got people giving you advice. You got people taking away from the message. You got people adding to it, adding their spin to it, trying to promote a beef with another content creator. You got all of these things mixed up in your comment section. And my thing about it is, does it take away from the content creator? Does it take away from what it is you're trying to do? Because when you talk to yourself, when you talk to that content creator individually, they talking about solutions. They're talking about betterment. They're talking about how we can be successful. They're giving you a blueprint. Hell, I seen a content creator talk about investing the other day. But the comment section ain't say nothing about investing. The comment section didn't promote the investment conversation. It was about something else. And I'm like, man, what the hell? We do a lot of complaining about, you know what I'm saying, other races. We do a lot of complaining about other content creators. We do a lot of complaining, and the thing about it is, as content creators, are we just happy for people to hear us? Or are we really trying to push a message? Are we even sure what the message is? How long, another question to the content creators, like, how long have we been on YouTube to where nobody really understands what your message is? Is it really just, talking about everything? Is it really talking about one thing? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, salute. 45, yes, that is amazing. That is amazing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Thank you. You guys see what's up. I appreciate that. But um I mean, do your comment section define you as a content creator? Like what's being promoted in your comment section, does that mean that that's what you promote, that's what you stand by? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've seen some vile things. You know, and is it up to the content creator to address those things? You know, is it up to us as content creators to say, hey man, look, we don't want that in our chat. You know, this is not what we do over here. This is not what we say over here. You know, and then for those that's monetized, do you say, hey, I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm monetized? I mean, everybody kind of runs their channel, you know, differently. Everybody kind of, you know, of course they speak on different topics and they're driven by certain, you know, different things or whatever case may be. Are we promoting solutions? You know, at what point do we get to solutions? You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know where you guys live at, but I'm telling you right now, you know, I sat down with a group of kids, and let me take this slow, because you know tough love is sensitive, right? Let me take this thing slow. You know, I sat down with a group of kids, and they range from 11 to 17 years old. And it's crazy to me how these kids say, don't nobody want us. Don't nobody want us. And you know, I'm sitting there, you know, it's me and like two other veteran adults or whatever. And we sitting there and we listen to these kids. And of course, we're there for reassurance. We're there to promote positivity. We're there to find out these kids' goals and dreams and aspirations and say, you can be anything you want to be, right? But it's some sad shit. It's some sad shit. Oh, man, let me tell y'all something, man. And I was talking about last night because I actually just went there earlier that day. And I'm like breaking down on the inside. Shit, I'm like, it is some sad shit to see a little girl say, nobody wants me to be their daughter. Nobody wants me to be their daughter. And I see all of these people that give all of this effort on social media. Like, they give all of this effort to promote whatever it is that they're promoting. And I said, I wonder, do they need a daughter? I wonder, would they be a good parent? They be a good fit? So I'm sitting around and I'm hearing, you know, we going from, I'm not going to say their names, but we're going from child to child, you know, and they're telling us how long they've been in the foster care system. You know, of course, everybody kind of got that same story, whether it's about abuse, their parents giving them up, or their parents going to jail, or what, you know, everybody got a kind of a tragic story, right? And I get to this one boy, you know, and he starts talking, you know, he starts talking, and it hurt me so bad because his story was similar to my story. And he said out of all of his siblings that he was the first one to be put in the foster care system. So immediately I'm kind of, you know, I'm of course, you know, sympathizing with him, right? And he says, they came, put him in a foster care system, but his parents don't reach out to him. Like, his parents don't send him no letters, you know, they don't come see him. Nobody in the family comes see him or whatever. And I'm telling you, when I say I can relate, I definitely can relate to that. And he says, you know, he's 15 or 16. And he was like, he knows that he will never get adopted. Imagine your parents putting you in a foster care system, and they still alive, they still exist, and they never call you, they never come see you. I see men online and women online constantly arguing, constantly doing research on each other, constantly doing all of these things or whatever. I wonder who's doing research to get these children out of foster care. want to hear, listen, everybody got their narrative, everybody got their lane, but what I'm saying is it's so much intellect, right? It's so much money, it's so much effort, it's so much research, and it's people out here, whether it's the foster care system, whether it's homeless people, whether it's people with bad credit, bad relationships, like it's so many people who need assistance, and I'm asking you guys, where are the solutions? Where are the people that want to promote solutions? And I'm constantly reminded, oh, you're a part of this. I'm not a part of no section, no sector. I'm a part of social media. And I really do believe that a lot of these content creators, the conversation matters, but it's so interesting to see what happens in the comment section. You talk about the foster care system, nobody in the comment section talking about the foster care system. They're looking for the undercut, the sneak diss, the disrespect. They looking for something to derail or alter the message. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you send the message so it stays packaged, so people can get it, they can understand it? How do you send it and they receive it as it was sent? I'm sitting down and I'm listening to this young boy. He say, I know I ain't gonna be adopted. I know I'm gonna end up phasing out this system or whatever. And these are my options. I can go to community college, I can go to a trade school, or I can go to the military. Those are my options. And I said, well, hey, what do you want to do? So I'm about to break down. Tough love over here getting sensitive. Tender love getting sensitive. This guy, this 15, 16-year-old guy says, I just want to be loved. Bruh. God damn, let me drink this water. This dude said, I just want to be loved. Looked me dead in my goddamn face and said, I just want to be loved. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, how after hearing some shit like that do you get online and say, let me promote some drama and gossip? How after seeing, forget on TV, face to face, this guy is within arm's reach of me, look me dead, this little boy looked me dead in my face and said, I just want to be loved. Come on, man. Why do you care, Tough Love? You know, I had somebody trying to tell me, because for some reason, you know, you, as a black man, you're only good enough for the black sector. You're not good enough for YouTube. You're just good enough for the black sector. And I'm just like, bro, when you sit down and you see a black child, and you know what I'm saying? Now, there are other different races of children in here. But this young black boy sat down, looked me dead in my face, did not blink, looked me in the face, sat up in the goddamn, I just want to be loved. I know damn well that just giving my time and coming down here talking to you 2 times out the week ain't enough. I know it. I know me just giving my 2 days ain't enough. I hear you, Rodney. I hear you. But see, here's the thing. You know what? It's whereas he's outspoken about him just wanting to be loved, there are other, like I said, it's a circle of kids. It's a circle of children, and everybody has this story. Everybody has their testimony. Everybody has their reason of what, you know. So, hey, you know, I had one kid talking about, you know, I want to be a doctor. I just want to grow up and be somebody. I just, yada, yada, yada. Let me ask you guys a question. because these guys have cell phones. What YouTubers do you think that I can send them to right now that's going to encourage them and you know, that have a positive or a strong message right now? I want to ask you guys a question. This is why I reach out to other content creators and I say some of the things that I say or whatever case may be. And I say somebody could be listening to you. And I know some people say, well, hey, this ain't for kids and this and yada, 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 yada. But it's not one video dedicated to the empowerment of nobody. Red Sun says you may not think it's enough, but they see your, yeah, I get you, Red Sun, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm telling you right now, when I was in the foster care system, we used to have all types of people come. We used to, the damn mayor, sports players, like we used to have all types of people, and I'm telling you right now, they visit once a week or once a month. It was cool, and all of the kids used to run, hey, I want an autograph, yeah, I want a hug, I want a picture. I never did that though. I never got attached to, like, because I knew I knew that this was just a moment. So that's why I said when people say, oh, you get shell shocked, I don't get shell shocked when I see celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because I realize these people put on their clothes just like I do. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's a facade. Because I always felt like if you really cared, you'd do something about it. And I'm trying to figure out how to get these kids in homes. I'm trying to figure out, like, who would be like good people. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, especially with Black YouTube, like, who are the good people? You know what I'm saying? Who are the good people? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, who are the good people? Now, somebody might say, hey, you know, we all just trying to, you know, live the best way we can. We're all just trying to, you know, make it, you know, one day at a time and one step at a time. But it's, you know, so funny, man. It's like we always got space and opportunity to hurt one another. Always time for that. It's always time for that conversation. But when we get to the solution part, for some reason, that's derailed. For some reason, we ain't got enough time for the solutions, player. Well, maybe next week. Maybe next video. Maybe next panel. We ain't got enough time for the solutions. Salute. Good morning. Good morning. Do you follow YouTubes that have foster kids? There are so many out there. I do, Red Sun. I do. Like I know somebody has said, hey, won't you go in there with the and people, you know what? So people are so how do I want to say this? People are so insensitive. Can you imagine me taking a cell phone in there and sticking a cell phone in somebody's face, talking about, look at this foster kid, y'all? What the fuck, bruh? Man, can you imagine me taking a cell phone and sticking it in one of these groups or whatever? First of all, let me tell y'all something, man. When I was in these group homes and foster homes or whatever, I didn't want people to know I was in a group home or foster home. It wasn't a badge of honor for me. You know, it wasn't something that was cool for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to school or whatever case may be, and it was like, oh, you know, the teachers say, you know, it's you know, bring your parent to school day or some shit like that or whatever. I was like, I ain't got no damn parents. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, oh, tell your mother or tell your father. Like, I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? And you're always in transition. You know what I'm saying? You're always in transition. Like, you don't get comfortable in one home because you know that you're in transition. At some point in time, if you do something wrong, or if they decide that, hey, you know, I really didn't want this, I really don't want, like, I'm telling you, man, you sit down and you listen to these children as they tell their story, you know, and a lot of people, you know, they have this sense of always on the go, always protecting yourself in regards to saying, you know what, I'm not going to be here long. Not going to be here long. How can you get comfortable if you're not going to be here long? How can you sit back and really take in love and respect and the nourishment of other good people if you're not going to be here long? It just says, I remember how proud I was to go with my dad to work on that day. No doubt, no doubt. There's some good foster parents out there. There's some good places where children are, but there's some places where people don't care. You know, here on social media, it's just some places where people don't care. They don't care about children. They don't care about your spouses. They don't care about your parents. They don't care about your life. And it's crazy to go from where you see adults actually caring to go somewhere where you see adults that not give a damn about nothing. Hell, they don't even give a damn about themselves. Because I think, like, can you, what I just said, my damn feet getting cold, huh? I got these damn flip-flops on. Hold on, bro, hold on. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine me taking some of these content creators into an establishment where they have these children, you know what I'm saying, and what do you think would be promoted? Hey, I'm a content creator on YouTube, you know, and this, here's the funny thing about it. And one of these little kids is smart asses. I'm about to piss somebody off. One of these little girls is a smart ass. Cause my homeboy's like, yo, hey, Mario, tell him what you do online. I said, yeah, I do. I got a little YouTube channel. The little girl go to my, oh, you got a YouTube channel? What's the name of your YouTube channel? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. She says, Tupa Cycle, what's up? She says, what's the name of your YouTube channel? And she said, no. She said, you be on there cussing, huh? I said, what? I said, is you an adult in a little baby's body? What, are you an adult in a little baby's body? She said, what's your channel about? So I'm telling her, I said, you know, I talk about tough topics. And everything I say, she got a comeback for. Tough topics like what? And I said, well, you know, talk adult topics. You know what I'm saying? I talk about a little bit of everything. And she said, do you talk about us? She said, do you talk about us? And I said, well, I don't say any names, but I do talk about, you know, some stories or whatever case may be. And then she said, when you talk about us, what do the people say? This little ass girl, she's looking at me and she says, what do the people say about us? Do they care? Imagine ToughLove reaching out to another content creator and saying, man, look, you know, you do whatever you want to do on your channel, but I'm telling you, man, I feel like there's some other, there's some stronger, better things that we can do, because there are people that, you know, that's looking, that matter, that care. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me going back and telling this group of children, don't nobody give a damn about you. Don't nobody care about you. To the point where they would rather hurt other children, disrespect other people, just for a view. Imagine me going back and telling her the truth. Imagine that. I can't tell her the truth. I can't tell this group of kids the truth. I get it, man. Everybody don't have time to volunteer nowhere. You know, you're not going, you can't look, no, there's no, well, there are volunteer awards, but I mean, ain't nobody clocking your hours like that. You know, they don't know what you're doing for your community. I said this before, whatever you're doing for your community, man, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a lot of money and you volunteering your time, or you volunteering whatever money you can afford, or you giving out, canned goods or clothes or soup, whatever it is that you're doing, at least you're doing something. Kudos to you. What you do for your community is important, but most of all, it's important what you do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? What you do for yourself. Are you taking care of yourself mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually? Are you taking care of yourself? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And when I say we as people, right? We don't do a good job at taking care of ourselves. We do a good job at under developing what it is that we can become. Our expectations are too low for people. When I look at people, I want to promote the best for them. I want to be optimistic and say, man, I know you've been through some fuck shit, some bullshit. We all have. I used to be a kid in the foster homes where literally in the middle of the night, these people used to come get me and take me to somewhere else. Literally. And it got so frequent to the point where I ain't even unpack my bag. Now I don't foresee that happening right now with foster kids right now. But when I sit down with them and I have this conversation with them or whatever, none of them ever say, I feel safe, I feel comfortable, I feel loved. Now I hear a whole lot of talking on YouTube about how I don't like this person and what I'm gonna do to this person and this side and that side and this side. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's like it's nobody promoting togetherness. It's nobody promoting peace. It's nobody saying, man, I am done with talking about you in a negative light. Like every message has to be something where it's about tearing someone else down. Every message. I don't care about what the celebrity's doing. I don't. It's like the real issues never get really talked about. The solutions never really get talked about. And it's always about how can I condemn the next person? And I sit down with these young kids and it's like, bro, they have such an addiction for life. I want to be somebody. And there's not too many content creators I can share with these people that says, this person is going to inspire you to do some things. This person is going to inspire you to have an addiction for life that's positive. This person is going to inspire you to think outside the box. This person is going to help you with your credit. This person is going to help you with your love languages. This person is going to help you be a better parent. This person is going to help you just see the world in a better light. How many content creators can I share with them right now? How many content creators can I share with them right now? That's in the black sector. You get condemned for caring. You get condemned for talking positive. You get condemned for doing anything that goes against the status quo. I'm sitting down with people, veterans who've lost their limbs, who've lost their ability to go run and play basketball and hug their children. Children who don't have homes. And when you're stuck in the middle of all of this like real life shit, you look at things differently. I always say this, if you guys listen to my little rants or whatever. I talk about carpe diem, which is seize the day. What have you done in your last 24 hours that makes a difference? Are you building or are you breaking? There's more people talking about exposing people than building and helping people. Red Sun says there are a ton of black content creators that are positive. Cool. Let me ask you guys something. What's up, sis? What's up, Refuse to Lose? Stone Builders, what's up? I understand what you guys are saying, and I get it. Because it's almost like when we say, and I think that I've outlined that. You know, there are awesome and amazing content creators out there. And I share a lot of those awesome and amazing content creators to my community tab because I think that more light should be shined on them. The promotion of those content creators is slim to none. The promotion of those positive content creators is slim to none. Though I don't want to be involved in certain things, I don't want to conversate about certain things, those are the things that are being promoted. So when you start suggesting that, you know, there are positive content creators, I can guarantee you can rattle off more negative content creators than you can positive. And that's the problem. That's the issue. Rare Sun says, hey, don't focus on the negative ones. No, I'm not focusing on them. Nope. It's not about focusing on them or whatever. And really, like I said, you know, because I feel like sometimes when people have ordained you to be a negative content creator, you know, sometimes at some point in time something happens in their life, really like real life type stuff. They get the birth of a baby, marriage, hey, they get their finances right, whatever it is that happens to them, and they say, you know, I don't really want to do this, and I see them shy away from certain things. I hear in their message that they're shying away from certain things, but their comment section will not allow them to leave. Their comment section pulls them back in. Their comment section promotes a different message. That's why I'm asking right now, as content creators, do you feel like your comment section promotes a different message than you promote? Salute, meaty. You know, or is the message you sending getting lost in translation? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because when you talk about positive and you talk about negative, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of those kind of teeter-totter on the same line. You know what I mean? A person will listen to you and then go listen to something else. So a lot of those conversations teeter-totter on the same line. But the thing about it is I truly believe that, you know, a lot of times people get more from the comment section than they do from the actual the content creator. So does your comment section promote what it is that you promote? That's the question. You know, that's the question for the Kwame Browns, for the Tommies, for the Mr. Skinnies. Do your comment section promote what you stand for? What you talk about? How you feel? What you feel that's important? What you want the conversation to be? Chatoro says, it's all entertainment at the end of the day. I think anything that's a distraction is being promoted as entertainment. Anything that separates you from reality for a little while is being called entertainment. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people think entertainment is doxing people. That's entertainment, right? Cursing somebody out, that's entertainment. Talking down on people, that's entertainment. Calling people names, that's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So we've gotten away with using the word entertainment as a filler for bullshit, as a filler for drama, as a fill-up for gossip, as a fill-up for nonsense, as a fill-up for distraction. Like, we're having a real conversation, but let me throw in the monkey wrench, and then I call it entertainment. Well, I'm just doing it for shits and giggles. I'm just doing this because I like the mess and I like the drama. Well, when we're promoting solutions, let me tell you something. When I used to sit in the military and I used to sit around the table, whatever, right? I'm gonna read y'all a comment in a section. When I used to sit in the military, and we used to sit around the round table, whatever, right? And we used to have these battle room meetings, right? Depending on if we're deploying, whatever it is that we're doing. And what's so funny, when we're sitting around and everybody's going around the table and they're giving their, these are subject matter experts, call them SMEs in the military. And we're sitting around and everybody's going around and giving their spiel. Like, they're the subject matter expert for their particular field. So they're talking about logistics, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's supply, whether that's food service, whether that's bullets and ammunition, whatever it is, right? Everybody stays on task. Nobody's sitting around the table like, let me talk about something that's not relevant. Let me try to throw a shot at you, or let me try to, like, it's to me, we're using the word entertainment as a filler. We're trying to all get this game plan going so we can really promote solutions. And it's like, while we're trying to promote solutions, you know what's so funny? Here's the thing. Imagine a bunch of military officers sitting around the table, right? And they're getting ready to deploy, right? They got about maybe 5,900 soldiers in the brigade, right? So we're talking about how to get there, what's on ground over there, who we're replacing, how long we gonna be there, et cetera, et cetera. We breaking this down. So imagine you got all these officers, but you got one goddamn clown at the table. Now listen to me. Everybody gets an opportunity to talk. So imagine going from this person, this male, this female, this male, this female, and we get to this one clown that says, well, I'm just doing this for entertainment. We talking about solutions. We talking about a game plan. We talking about moving forward. We talking about building. We talking about being protectors, providers, role models, and examples. We talking about this. What's your conversation about? Like, what are you bringing to the table? You here for a whole nother purpose and a whole nother reason. And that's what I see here on YouTube. It's like you got people that's having a conversation, and you always got that one person that's sitting at the table. It's like, well, what are you here for? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to promote? Because to me, if you're living in real life and you have real life things going on, and you're having those conversations, because it's so many people that saying, hey, I'm helping the community, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I'm doing that. And I'm like, it's difficult for me to help the community, and to be somebody or subjectively pushing something in the community that I think is going to be helpful, and then get online and do something else. It's difficult. It's difficult. But let me help y'all out real quick. I think we all have an opportunity to do something better. We all have an opportunity for our message to get out there. Don't allow your message to get lost in translation. And how do you fix that? You fix that by making sure that you stay consistent. You fix that by making sure that whatever it is that you're promoting and that you stand for, whatever principles and values that you stand on, you make sure that you put that in every single video that you promote. So that way you don't have to look at 3 videos to get a message. You don't have to look at 16 videos to get a message. You don't have to listen to an hour-long message to get a message. You're going to get it in every video right up front. This is what it is, and this is why it's for that. Because you're going to have people that are looking to derail your message. You're going to have people that look to say, well, I don't agree. They're professional disagreeers. They're professional disagreeers. They're professional naysayers. They're professional haters. Then you have those people that say, man, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Or I never looked at it like that. Or I took the time to actually listen to you. And I didn't listen to you for somebody else. I listened to you for me. That's what's important. And this is the message I want to send to other content creators. Whatever it is that you promote and whatever it is that you stand on and you believe in, do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it for praise. Don't do it for kudos. Don't do it for shout outs. Do it for you. There's a lot of content creators, you don't know who they are because they're living for somebody else. They're living for somebody else. You don't know who they are, what their family life is, what they believe in, what they think is right or wrong. They just live for the support of somebody else. And I think a lot of people get lost like that. Do I believe that the ToughLove family, the comment section, do I think that my message get lost on the ToughLove in the comment section? I don't think so. You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of content creators that believe that their message don't get lost. But let me make this clear before I get out of here. When you're living in real life and you're doing real things, you tend to carry yourself differently. And I'm not just talking about paying bills and, you know, dealing with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever, dealing with your kids. I'm just saying when you're involving yourself in real situations that pull on your heartstrings, that, you know, you're involved and you see the struggle and you see the triumph of people. Like it just, you can't help but want to do better. You can't help but want to send a message that's going to resonate because you realize that this one situation that you see in real life is manifested in every town, every city, every state, every country. So you're saying the same thing that I would say to this person standing in front of me in real life is the same message I want to send across the world. I'm here to help. Somebody said, hey, you're 2 days a week, ToughLove, going down there and doing whatever it is, you know, it is enough. It is enough. Well, I know if I got kids here in Texas that need homes, I know there's kids in New York, kids in Chicago, kids in LA, kids in Louisiana, kids in South and North Carolina. Like, I know that there are kids other places, and there are not enough content creators saying, listen, somebody cares about you. It's going to be okay. Stay motivated, stay focused. Continue to build yourself up. Continue to work on your mental health, your emotional fitness. Continue to understand that, you know what I'm saying, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There are not a lot of content creators speaking like that. We get so lost in whatever it is we call entertainment that we lose focus on the things that's important. We say it's about the kids, right? Right? We say it's about supporting our women, right? And supporting men in our community. But when it comes to the actual message and it comes to the content, for some reason, it gets lost in translation. And I don't know if it's the content creator. I don't know if it's the comment section. I don't know what it is, but I'm just trying to tell you, as a guy here on the ground, right? In these buildings with these homeless vets, with these young children, these people look at life differently. And if they happen to stumble across your video, what message are you sending? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ToughLove. Until next time, my daughter up. Peace.